Good afternoon. This is the video newsletter for Buy Sell Short for Saturday, March 17th. Happy St. Patrick's Day to everyone. Starting off with the Dow 15-minute chart. As you can see, really over the last week, essentially just a vertical move on the market. We are up 500 points over the last week. This week brought us the Fed meeting with no real new news and an options expiration, and the market just loved both of those things. And as you can see, we just went straight up. Now, it's pretty rare to see such a vertical move on the 15-minute chart without some sort of pullback. Possible pullback support is 13,200, and then down there at a 13K test. RSI is dipping. Stochastics as well, but it's going to be interesting. We'll get a better idea Monday into Tuesday if we have a little bit of post-options expiration relief in the indices, a little pullback. We had that big move this week, and whenever we see a big up move going into options expiration, they tend to just continue to push it up, and any retrace we get usually doesn't happen until the next week. A couple of indices, though, that are still not breaking out are the small cap index, the Russell 2K, and the SMH. Now, you'll see some business headlines about how the S&P mid-cap stocks have broken a key resistance level this week, so we'd want to see some follow-through on the Russell. It's been finding really strong resistance at that 833 level, and if we go back and look, we are still well below the T-bagger top from last July up there at 860. Same thing for the SMH. It's finding support still or resistance still at that 3544 level. All the indices, they look good. Positive MACD cross. We just need to see this rally spread out from the 10 to 15 stocks that have been participating over the last month or so. A Dow daily chart, you can see, maybe this is a near-term topping action. They did push us red on the close, although this red volume bar, while it looks bearish, it's more of painting towards the close. I'd see where we go. If we did get a pullback, again, the 20-day exponential is at that 13K level. So, like I said on the 15-minute chart, a pullback would not be unexpected. But a pullback like that might see some of the laggard stocks really start to wake up. And as you noticed, a lot of swing plays have started to really work over the last few days. As I was saying in the chat room, you're seeing a lot of stocks that are slowly moving each day, not the big spikes that traders are used to, 1%, 2%, 3% moves. But when you look back 4 or 5 days later, you go, wow, that stock is up 20% over the last 5 days. That is the kind of stealth bull move we're seeing in a lot of stocks right now. So we've been trying to jump into some swing plays and garner some of those nice little wins. Case in point, HIMX, fat little winner for us this week. We got a nice breakout. And then continuation and a big up move on Friday, closing right at the $2 level. Big move on big volume and looking very, very good going into this week. Let's check out a one-year chart on HIMX, 210 and then 240. Next possible targets on this one. To think about this one, this is a stock we called back at $1 first week in January. Here we are up 100% now. And I mentioned in the chat room today, or on Friday, this could be one of those stocks during each bull move that you just see continue to run throughout the year. I would not be surprised to see this stock trading in the $3 to $4 level sometime this year. But anyway, going into this week, we now have a rule of 2 setup on HIMX. Next target on this one, 210 to 220, probably Monday/Tuesday is what we're looking at. Golden Cross is working beautifully on this stock. Stops right now, if you're trailing your stops on this one, $1.84, guaranteed winner even if it pulls back to that level. Going into this week, DYAX, we jumped into this one. Nice little setup. As I was saying, we've got some nice compression between the 50-day and 200-day moving average. We got our close above the 200-day moving average, and what we've been seeing happen a lot this year is stocks that finally get above its 200-day moving average do some big extension to the upside. If we look at a longer term view, you can see that 163 level, 165 is the big breakout on this stock with no resistance until we get up to that $192 area, which is the swing target for this stock. I love the setup on this one. Did very well. As you can see, we played this one almost the exact same time last year from just a little bit higher, and the stock ended up going up almost 50% for us over the next 2 to 3 weeks. Looks like this one is setting up for a similar move again. KVA, nice breakout for us on Wednesday. Low volume retrace on Thursday and Friday, both days touching prices above the 20-day exponential up in the 150s, and then a late day drop and gap the next day. We got should get our golden cross on Monday, and after that nice little breakout, 2-day retrace, I would be very surprised if we do not see a big upward move on this biotech stock this week up to that 175 level, and then we'll see where it goes from there. But the chart looks really, really nice. Stochastics, I scroll down a little bit more. Stochastics up through the 50 level, which is exactly what we want to see. We got our 2-day pullback on lower volume than the Wednesday breakout, and you know the next move over $1.55, and it is off to the races on this stock. NTWK, still looking for a positive MACD cross, probably on Tuesday. Now, what we're starting to see on a lot of small cap stocks, I went through a lot of stocks over the last several hours, many setups just like this, positive MACD cross. Remember, a lot of small cap stocks have done very, very poorly over the last 2 to 3 weeks. Now, even if we get a pullback in the large cap market, I think the small caps are set up to lead us going into April. So we could see some very nice upward movement on these stocks. NTWK, hammered on financing, trying to break out here at that 41, 42 level. 50-day moving average at 53 cents is a call-in. OPXT. You know, this close here is bogus, and if you jumped out of the chat room right after the close on Friday and missed some of my comments, on the close on Friday, we saw huge blocks on so many small cap stocks, and it's not even a month end. Typically, when we see those kind of bullshit, huge blocks on the close, typically below what the stock was trading at, tends to indicate a pop on the next market session. OPXT was at $1.14. Somehow, out of the blue, they closed it at $1.09. That's just how crooked this market is. Someone got in nicely, nice little block sell. They may finally let this one go. 115 break. We're looking for 123, 126, and then we'll see where it goes from there. We got our positive MACD cross. Stochastics look very, very nice, and that nice big block buy that was printed as a sell on Friday should set us up for a nice little move come Monday. A couple of stocks to keep an eye on this week. AMZN, Amazon.com. Even if you don't trade this stock, definitely worth keeping an eye on just for a learning experience. Symmetrical triangle. Breakout is 186 to 188. This dotted line, the way to project a swing target on a symmetrical triangle breakout, you take the highest point of the triangle, subtract it from the lowest, 196 minus 1, we get the 2450 as our height of the triangle. Then you take the breakout, you add that to the breakout, and that gives you a target objective of $212. Even if you don't play this stock, definitely worth seeing if this setup does come to pass. But Amazon, the chart looks like it's coiling for a move here, and if this rally does start to continue and we do see a possible pullback in Apple, you could see some of these other horseman stocks start to wake up, like Google and Amazon, which has really been dead for really all of this rally over the last 2 to 3 months. Maybe time for an Amazon move. A couple of stocks from the pop scan to keep an eye on. DRL, 165 breakout, financial stock that really could go on a nice little move. And LXRX, 186. A couple, just to make a mention of. Big volume spike on this one on Friday and a positive MACD cross. So this one, especially if biotech stocks are hot on Monday, could be one that's ready to rock and roll. So that's it for the video. update. If you've got any questions, feel free to send me an email, feedback@buysellshort.com or .net. Check your inboxes. New chat room password has been sent out. Make sure you try to access the room with the new password today or tomorrow. I don't want to be getting 50 emails Monday morning saying you can't get in. Send it out today so that you can try. And that's it. I'll see you guys in the chat room on Monday. Goodbye.